and Diane Cagle-Liederman. We're going to take you on a magical patrol cruise through the 62 class yearbook. I fired up my Midnight Blue 409 convertible for the magical ride of your life. We're looking at the old Madison in 1958, later replaced by Wilkerson. Marie Hamilton, you and Sue Moss can fasten those belts. Linda Bosca, Carolyn Reuter, stop worrying about your hair getting messed up by the wind. I love that wild, windswept look. Sharon Moody's jumping in the front seat, and she's going to be shifting this 409 when I press the 6,000-pound clutch in. If the ride gets bumpy, please understand. Your video, less than 2 hours, consists of 4 parts: 62 yearbook review, Friday class reunion, Saturday school visitation, Sunday picnic, preceded with a 6-minute cruise car show that's on display at the picnic grounds. We're going to go right inside the school. Mr. Burgess says everybody's here today, and see who's there. The thing about this magical camera, it's built on Einstein's theory of relativity and parallel worlds, which is supported by quantum physics. And a recent book was published by John Swartz that proves conscience exists after death. In a nutshell, past, present are one and the same. Look at how everybody's in school today, it looks like. Even Tootie. And Bill Bledsoe's there too. The old skipper. Oh, look at all everybody. Everybody's happy in anticipation of graduation. Oh, Dion's coming around, huh? She took my love, then ran around. Saying those things about Sue that's untrue. She's breaking his heart riding with us. Oh, I'd say, buddy, you snooze, you lose. Look at old Don Miller there. And some of the teachers, called counselors and whatever. And we're looking at the 1962 Madison yearbook. We're going to take a cruise through it and bring back many memories. Through the pages here, through these yellow pages of time. And here are 6 silhouettes on the shade. Can you identify them? Breaking Dion's heart here. And this is administration. There's Mr. Bush.
Mr. Burgess.
And going down to the bottom right, Mr. Lawrence Decker.
Who later became our superintendent for 30 years.
He looked a lot different at the class reunion. And still is a wonderful person. Gee, there's Mr. Morton at his bookstore. Who's that over there buying a book?
Barbara Lynch.
Barbara Lynch. Jim Joseph, I always admired him, Bob Casey, and Gary Postrom. They'd always come in for those tests. They'd be so calm, cool, and collected. I'd come in trembling. Mr. Peck. He came to the reunion, and I had a nice conversation. Found my daddy. He used to train me in baseball. And there's, of course, Ed Console, a wonderful, wonderful coach. And there's Christine Plaza. I've been trying to look up Christine for a long time. And here's Don Willard, deeply engrossed in a very significant project on the lathe. Go for it, Don. There's Wally Muskowski working on a sculpture. And here's the lovely Miss Betty Hunsacker. And she was a very favorite teacher of many, many students. Look, there's Max Hoffman. I was probably one of his best pupils. Oh, Diane over there in the corner. You recognize any of those students?
There's Billy Morris and Richard Clea.
Well, I want to know who the girl's name is. These are the senior class officers. Mary Bostrom, Eric Mackney, and Juanita Harper, and Dorothy Beaver.
Down on 45th Street, where the peppermint twist me. Learn to do this, the peppermint.
Yeah, I saw Richard Belvis there at the reunion.
All night, it's alright. It's okay all day. It's okay.
I didn't recognize myself. Linda Bosca, I was wanting to talk with you, Linda. Next time.
Once I had a pretty girl, her name, it doesn't matter. She went away.
Well, there's you, Diane. I didn't recognize you.
I don't.
Yeah, I would have recognized myself. Focus, baby, in a little bit. That's Sandy Buck and Kenny Kyle. Well, James Carter, you sure look different today. That was a guy that was asleep there in the class. Oh, this song's very appropriate. Butch Christianberry, I've really enjoyed seeing you. Linda Ferguson. Hello, Linda. You still looking good, girl. Stand the man. I joked with him. She took a big smile of her water at the reunion. Barbara Dick.
Just a symbol of the love that I had for you.
John Gentry, whatever happened to him? from Harper. Jane Green, she got here ahead of softball. And I said, I didn't throw it, Jane. She said, well, you missed it.
Reminds me of you.
Bob Gussup, hello Bob. You need to get this tape. Tell Wade's not the same without you. Bill Jordan, I talked to him on the phone. Tootie, I played catch with old Tootie. Bob Case, I found a match for him at the reunion. There's Richard Clea. He lives in Oregon now. Bill Meyer, had a nice talk with him. Came late, but he did make the date. Shelby Morris. He was there too. Mary Manhattan. Enjoyed talking with her. If anybody knows where Mike Dunn is, get a hold of Diane. Been wanting to find Mike for a long time. We used to be real close. This time we drift away. Now there's that foxy lady, Sue Mossy. Looking good, yo. Jack Myers, we sure had a lot of fun in sports together and hunting. Boy, wow, you look different here. Seeing program. Barbara Pallister, one of our committee members.
Until you lose it, you get foolish way.
Janice Newton, she's also one of our committee members. These guys were real leaders, and they worked very, very hard. And Linda Portwood, she did a great job. All of them did a great job. And here's Carolyn Reuter. She's one of our committee persons, and she worked herself very strongly. And there's Barb Stiltner, another committee member. I was really fascinated when they were at Monroe School looking through these old yearbooks. Another committee member. He joked about playing golf in the winter. I was down there wrestling alligators in Louisiana. And Gene Zeigmeister. At Reunion, John Van Newsom, 6 foot 29 inches, minus he was standing. Don Willard. And of course, here's a classic photo here. Chuck Davison. He might be trying to pull Edgar Cayce here. As you may know, Edgar Cayce went to sleep on the book and memorized the whole book. When he awakened, he was a psychic. And now we come to seniors at play. I thought that's all it's about. That guy up there reminds me of the Fonz, the sunglasses on. Looked like Jack Mars getting ready to go down the slope. Looks like a shot from the class play. There they are waking him up. Remember the Duke of Earl? I see Dean Channing now coming down there with that cape on and the hat going. And of course the cane.
Through this world, nothing can stop the Duke of Earl. And you are my girl, and no one can hurt you. I'll never, yes I.
Richard Clea had a heartwarming conversation with him. It took 40 years to find out certain wonderful news. Seniors at play. There's a swim team. Of course, our own Eric McNey. When are you going to do the butterfly, Eric? Promises, promises. And of course the homecoming. There's Jack Mars and Marianne McKinley. Football players waiting there. Get all that done. Get back to the game. And we got a major reds here. And the court with the king and queen. And the girls' varsity basketball. Cheerleaders. And the band playing our tune. Well, there's Barbara Pallister. Look at her. She's having a good time there, if Bill Mine. Marianne McKinley, Marianne Manhattan. I don't know who the one is on the left. I can't recall her name.
Juanita Harper.
Our own Juanita Harper. She looks different there. And here's the National Honor Society.
Hear what they say.
Look at that, Bob Casey, Joseph, and Boston.
They say you never.
And over on the other side, the Student Council.
Doesn't matter what they say. No, I'm gonna love
Jim Joseph. And here's Mr. Hunsaker, the Drama Club. And the Catalina Club. I like Catalina dressing. And then over here, the Varsity Club.
Come on home.
I never joined the Varsity Club. I had a terrible aversion to being paddled and humiliated. Ladies Athletic Club.
I climbed way up to the top of the stairs.
And bowling. There's that Gene Provan down there. Gene, it was really good seeing you, buddy. And the Debate Club. There's Pat Patterson. I've seen her in a ton of ages. And the senior class play. Majorettes. And here's the Purple People Eaters. Remember, Minnesota Vikings were called the Purple People Eaters. John Karate making a nice move there. And next.
It was a one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. I said, well, Mr. Purple People Eater, what's your line? He said, eating purple people and it sure is fine. But that's not the reason that I came to land. Well, bless my soul, rock and roll, flying purple people eater. Pigeon toed, undergrowth, flying purple people eater. Little people eater, what a sight to see.
Why, hello there, Dollfest. Butch Christian there. Yeah, I used to tall back then, Butch. I have to keep going up and down just to get your height. Varsity basketball.
Nice. And then the witch doctor, he gave me this advice. He said that
Bill Jordan. Bill Jordan, I thought I was going to catch you at the picnic, man.
You've been keeping love for me just like you were a miser. And I'll admit I wasn't very smart. So I went out and found myself a guy that's so much wiser. He taught me the way to win your heart. My friend
Varsity
the witch
baseball
doctor,
team.
he taught me what to say. My friend the witch doctor, he taught me what to do.
It's fun playing catch with Roy Wilson. Brought back some old flashbacks. And our winning track team.
Stolen, I once stolen night of bliss. One girl, one boy, some grief, some joy, memories are made of this. Don't forget a small me. Fold it lightly with a dream. Your lips and mine, two sips of wine. Memories are made of this. Then at the wedding bells, one house where lovers dwell. Three little kids for the flavor. Stir carefully through the days. See how the flavor stays. These are the dreams you will savor. With his blessings from above. Serve it generously with love. One man, one wife, one love through life. Memories are made of this. Memories are made of this.
We are approaching the eve of our class reunion. The committee's preparation of the hall. I taught management for several years. The participative management style practiced by our committee chairperson, Diane Cagle Liederman, can be summed up as management is getting things done through others, which implies delegation. This definition reinforced with the understanding to have real power, you must give it away. Help create a motivational environment whereby we had a committee of dynamic leaders, enthusiastically carrying out their individual tasks which they had formulated themselves. I was greatly impressed by the committee's leaders' enthusiastic dedication to the reunion. Their spirited excitement, the pure joy and anticipation formed an atmosphere with warmth and love of a large family reunion whose members had been departed a long time. As many of you have stated, it was a joyous event that ended too soon. At the reunion, Don York, one of our leaders, acknowledge that Linda Ferguson Hipple, due to surgery, was unable to attend the reunion after all the hard work she had done. Linda was at our last committee meeting and is doing fine. All your concern and prayers were greatly appreciated.
Oh, that's what these are?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go by the dance floor first, and then we'll go over by the bar. Huh? Yeah. Uh-huh. We're not done. Right here will be in the way.
What else is
You build the table up. And then we go to the table here.
You're not going to sleep.
Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, so after Lowell Jones' brother Gary, then Wally Miscassi. Oh, wait, Lowell Jones' brother. Okay. And then Wally Miscassi.
Wally's going to pick up.
Okay, here. Here's the.
We're just counting people for the table.
Did you pay that? Sandy Buck.
Yeah.
Sandy Buck. Brad is with. I never really got
We don't need this out here.
Okay.
No, he never comes.
You have such a big hole, you won't make it.
Where's Billy at?
You better get Billy's money up front.
I had a small enough, but
Drumline, I'll give you 4 for nothing. You do roll off. 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
water, right? basketball one day. We were McCoys.
Do you remember what actually Dennis Martin was behind us and Ed was a little older. It's Ron Martin was our age. Yeah. And we never got along very good with Ron, did we?
No. Yeah. Hey, Rocky. I want to go through the food line before you because there won't be anything left when you go through.
I do, really.
Same here. Yeah, I remember going to a party.
Little blonde girl.
So we got to get a little bit of this program going because they're telling us they're ready for us to eat pretty quick here. But I want to go back to 1962 for a second and talk about a few of the little things that will remind you about what was going on in our world in '62 that may seem even strange at this point in time. We're going back to the Cuban Missile Crisis, Kennedy and Khrushchev. James Bond, first time ever. Now he's old news. DDT was banned that year. Lawrence of Arabia was at the movies. Communication Satellite. West Side Story won 10 Oscars. That seems like forever. The Beatles are introduced in London with Love Me Do, but they didn't come here till '64. Johnny Carson became the host of The Tonight Show. The Beach Boys recorded Surfin' Safari. Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points in one game for Philadelphia. I don't think it's been done since. I don't know. But the Dallas airport was also open. The Dulles airport. The first airport designed for jets. Now, does that make you feel old? All right, but we got to keep going because after we got out of school, we started hearing about drugs. Now, I know some of you probably heard about drugs in high school, but I didn't. Never heard a word about a drug. I mean, we used to sneak into the bathroom to smoke a cigarette. That was the worst thing we ever did. Now there's drugs everywhere. Weight Watchers was begun shortly after we got out of high school. Now they have the measles vaccine is perfected, space war continues. Betty Friedan's The Feminine Mystique was written. Hopefully not the best they're ever going to have. But it's been a great ride. And before I talk too long tonight, I want to talk about our distinguished guests over here in the corner, some of which aren't here yet. Oh boy, okay.
It's payback time.
Yeah. We have former teacher, then superintendent for 30 years, Mr. Larry Decker and his wife, Mrs. Joan Decker, who was Mr. Max Hoffman, who is best remembered as our driving instructor. And I'm sure he'll get a lot of folks on that. And then Mr. Jerry Patch taught commercial law, among other courses. And Mr. Gossett and his wife were going to be here, but maybe they're caught in the Dream Cruise traffic. We also have someone who wasn't one of our teachers, but he is another teacher with us this evening, Mr. Dick Smith. Where is Mr. Dick Smith?
Who we had invited to be here. He was unable to, he had previous engagement. And I was sharing with him as the president of the Madison District School Board. I recently spoke to the graduates of 2002. And I told them, cherish the time that you have with one another. I said, one of our 9th grade teachers said it best when he told us try not to sever the ties that bind you to your youth. We didn't know what it meant then, but we know what it means now. And I told them that roads that take you away so hurriedly today will be just as precious to come back to, your roots. So as I shared with them that as this group was preparing for our 40th reunion, they all went, as you can imagine. I shared with them that how important it is to care about one another. I said at your 10-year reunion, you'll come back to see who married who and who's with who. At your 20-year reunion, you come back and find out about each other's careers and how you're doing. Come back at the 30th and say, who's divorced? Or maybe earlier. And then, when you come back to the 40th, you've learned a lot, you've lived a lot, and the roads that have taken you wide and long now become so precious as you find out that life is so precious. And we have enjoyed having this time together with one another. And as I shared with our dear Mr. Hunsaker on the phone, some of our reminiscences as the committee members were talking about him, as we talked about all of you teachers in our reminiscence. And I said, you know, I told these students, try not to sever the ties that bind you to your youth. Let one another know where you are, how you feel about one another. As you come back to the reunions, we sit here and talk about this teacher had a wonderful impact on me. This superintendent, this counselor had a wonderful impact on my life. Don't just tell one another. There's email now, folks. Let them know, because it's important to them to hear what we feel they did for us. As we've shared with one another, what's important, the impact friends had on one another as we were growing up, because who we were then makes us a part of who we are now. So as I was saying this to Mr. Hunsaker, I reminisced that one of our committee members said they remembered best Mr. Hunsaker saying, "Out!" Out. And as I was repeating my speech that I had shared with him, in a nutshell, I could just see him sitting there grading me on my verbiage. What an impact you had on our lives, and we will never forget that. And now I want to take the opportunity to introduce
Okay, now we're going to do a little something. We're going to go around to each table, and each classmate's going to stand up and introduce themselves. When we were at the last reunion, I can't tell you how many people said, I didn't know he was here, I didn't know she was here. And we're going to have everybody say who they are. All right, let's start right over here.
Hi, I'm Diane Cagle-Biderman, and this is my husband. Some of you actually might remember Pops, who was our custodian at the high school. And this is Pop's grandson, my wonderful husband, George.
Yay, George! Hi, I'm Sandy Buck, and I'm back here.
I'm Judy Henneman. I'm glad to be here.
Everybody's glad to be here.
You're not glad to be here?
Tell him, Karen.
Tell them, Karen.
Karen Binky. And tell him.
What are you going to tell?
I don't know. When did you leave?
Karen Binky left us in the 6th grade at Monroe School. And she found out from classmates we were having this, and she came.
All the way from Georgia.
From Georgia.
All right. Georgia, on my mind.
Hi, I'm Barb Stiltner,
Madison, and this is my husband, Jerry. And it's been a lot of fun planning this reunion, and I hope everyone enjoys it as much as we've had a good time planning it.
Don, why don't you have them stand up so we can see them?
Stand up, Barb. This is Barb Stiltner. Stand up, Madison. Judy, stand up. I'm not getting this mic.
Oh, okay.
Who's in charge of it? It'll take too long.
I'm Judy Buchanan Clark. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm Eric Becker. Here with everybody.
glad we were able to be.
That's a good one. Oh,
Linda Vasquez, Lena, this is my husband Leo.
can you hear everybody?
I don't need
You're a real critical.
I don't need a
Barbara Lynch.
Barbara came from Florida.
Carolyn Harris Easley, and this is my husband Roy. And I feel very blessed to be here to see all of you.
Fort Lauderdale.
I'm Lowell Jones, class of 1960. This is my brother, Gary Jones, class of
63.
Stand up. Please.
I'm Juanita Harper Joyner, and this is my husband Ken. And we've had a grand time planning this, and I hope everybody else has a great time.
Hi, I'm Barb Pallister Sodini. This is my husband Chet. He's a 1961 graduate of Madison. And as Juanita said, we've had a wonderful time, and we hope to keep in touch with everyone. Thanks for coming.
We've been planning this thing for a year.
Just seems
Yes.
Mary Mietman, Quran. My husband's not here tonight. I'm here with Jean.
Jean Zuckmeister Dennis, and I'm very glad I came.
They don't believe we've been doing this all winter while I'm gone. Why not? All right, Janet.
Janet Cork.
That's it?
I'm very glad to be here. Thank you for having us. Jane Green Latender, and I'm glad to be here.
Come on, Smiley.
This is Marilyn, and this is a very special name of Johnny Brown.
Wait a minute, stand up. Get out of the chair. Janet's on the committee. I mean, see, she said, don't embarrass me. Look at her. She's blushing already. Stand up.
To the camera.
I didn't say that. They said stand up.
Hi, I'm Gail Buell Brown. I live north of Fort Huron. Want to be here? Jeff gets a spanker tonight. Oh. I'm Marie Hamilton Underwood. This is my husband, Earl.
And I've enjoyed working on this committee for a year.
I hope everyone enjoys it as much as we do. We are.
Carolyn Ruderwood.
She's on the committee, too. Oh, wrong one. You're not the wrong one, but...
Yeah, I'm Rocky Truman, cement contractor with my lovely wife, Annie. I live in Warren.
Oh, well, look at this. She stands up. We knew that years ago.
Gloria the Rat, better known as Tootie.
No, I'm not going to say your name. Linda Hallbergen.
Dan Bergen, and I am standing.
Rick Cleo, my wife Sandra, we came from Oregon. This was the first opportunity we had to come out and enjoy the reunions. We had to make it on the 40th. We didn't think we might be around too much longer.
Most of you would remember me by my nickname, Butch. Butch Tristerberry, and this is my wife, Margie.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, all these years, and now it's very...
Dorothy Hadrian, my husband Walt, he's a graduate of 1960. Glad to be here.
Yvonne Ewell Jackson and my husband Bill, and this is a very wonderful night and lots of fun. So hope to get around and see more of you that I didn't see before.
Randy Chabot, and this is my wife Joyce. thought.
I'm John Killian. This is my wife Donna and my son Sean.
Hi, I'm Gene Groban. I'm John. I'm glad that Johnny's not dead. I appreciate the fact that you guys worked so hard on this, even though it was a year, because I think it's great. Thank you.
I'm John Balls. This is my wife Joan, and we live in Waterford, and we're all having fun here tonight. Glad to see everybody.
I'm Roy Wilson. This is my wife Linda, and I came because Bill Bledsoe was going to be here. I'm Shelby Morris, and this is my wife Nancy.
Ron Olmsted here. This is my wife Elise.
Hi, Linda Nene, or it was Linda Portwood then. This is my husband Jack. And I have two of my sisters here that went to Madison also. Okay, I'm Carol Portwood Christensen, my husband Ken, and we drove up from Georgia to be here tonight.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 64. 64?
I'm Sandy Portwood. I'm from 74, and I'm single. I'm Rose Ferguson. I'm Linda Ferguson's sister, and I'm class of 74.
Skip Van Houston, most of you know me as John. I am standing up. And I flew in from Maryland today, and I'm happy to be here and see everybody. And I just think it's great how well we look after 40 years. Nobody has changed.
Bob Jasa, I'm from Commerce Township, and I was also single. I used to live down the street from Jasa.
I missed that part. Oh my. Okay, who didn't I get to?
Back there, at the bar.
The guy with the camera. Oh, thank you. The guy with the camera right here.
I'm Bill Bledsoe. They let me out of the cage so I could come see you guys. And it's wonderful being here. I volunteered the camera, but then I realized I'd volunteered myself.
Are there any empty seats at the tables?
Guy, back there at the bar.
I'll get him.
We're looking for Danny.
He's not here.
Bob Smith, I moved away in the middle of 9th grade. I'm back at the 25th. I'm back here, and it's great to see everybody.
I'm in Chesterfield now.
Wally Niskowski.
What's your last name?
He's that blazing halfback.
I'm Wally Niskowski. I recognize some of you, but everybody's changed a little bit.
Wally.
Oh, yeah.
Brian Woods.
They're standing beside each other, didn't know who they were.
Richard Rose. Yeah, I got a little shorter.
Now, I don't know how many people know this guy, but
I'm Tom Clark. It was a pleasure being here. I never missed the first reunion I made. And it's for me too. And it's super to see all you people. You all look the same.
Ron Buchanan, class of 68, just brought Uncle Tom around.
Yeah, my mom moved out. Ask them to raise their hands. There's empty seats at all their tables. Can you pictures?
They caught on fire.
1960.
Have I got everybody?
Where were you? I was in
All right. We need to know where there's some empty seats. There's two here.
There's someone else.
On the other table. Just take one book. Not one for you and one for your wife. One book. Because that's how we have them. Was at our very first meeting. She's been a workhorse for this committee for a year. And this weekend, she had a appendicitis attack. She's in the hospital. She's doing fairly well. I talked to her today. And we're going to send this book around, and we're going to have everybody sign it by your name or by your picture. So you can sign another yearbook to Linda because she couldn't be here after all the hard work she has put in. And I'll start it over here.
You can turn that thing off now.
Yeah, you just broke it.
Mr. Don York, Barbara Pallister Sedini, Barbara Stiltner Manson, Carolyn Reuter Woods, Carolyn Harris Beasley, Marie Hamilton Underwood, Janice Newton-Fair, Linda Portwood Nini, Bill Bledsoe, Bill, join us.
I want you to know that we have a activities table outside in the kind of vestibule there, and it lets you know all the things that are going on for this weekend. We planned a whole weekend for you. We have people meeting at the high school tomorrow at noon. Then we're going to take a little tour around some of the schools in the area. We're going to do that in a school bus. Then we're going to the Dream Cruise. We're going to spend a couple of hours there. And then after that, you can choose what you would like to do. You can do a pub crawl, meet with some of the other people that are here from out of town. And then on Sunday, we're going to have a picnic, and that's going to be on 13 Mile in John R. behind our Madison Heights corporate offices. You can bring what you want to eat. If you're from out of town, you can forget the dish to pass, but if anybody else would like to do that, they can bring a dish to pass. So please visit our communications table out in the hallway. And I hope you enjoyed this evening. We've had a great time putting it together. And I'm going to turn this over to Barbara Stiltner.
So I just want to go over or remind you to fill out your feedback sheet. This is very important. Please fill this out so that we know how to go about planning our next reunion. You know, and when we have it all, when we don't know. Do you want something real simple or but anyway, fill that out, turn it in.
Is going to be coming around, and if you have something you want to say to the camera, please feel free to get up and talk to those in the camera, because you're going to have a chance to be able to buy these videos. We're also later going to have a class picture, and you'll be able to buy that picture tonight. And
I was told to go to the table. Okay. Let us pray. Some of you have already eaten, but it's okay. We can bless our gracious Heavenly Father, how great you are. We just thank you for all your many blessings upon us. We just come now just praying that you forgive us of our sins and our failures and our done through the years. But in spite of those failures, Father, we just thank you for the blessings of our teachers who inspired us, of our mates that you prepared for us, for our children, for our grandchildren. What a blessing that you've given us. And we just thank you for that. But Father, I also now, as we look at the class of 1962, at the age where I was looking towards the future, and I just pray, Father, that each one who has not found your salvation, that they will search you out, that they may have salvation through my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. We just want to bless this food now. We pray that you just nourish it to our bodies, that we might serve you in a much more and fuller way in the coming years. Amen.
And the other ones? All right, I'll see you when we got.
$400, huh?
$400.
Man, that was a deal.
I can remember why, too. You had a number of tickets on that thing. You had to pay them off. In fact, we had to take the slicks off the back end of that thing so that I could take and drive it.
Across from you there, Bob Smith. He'll throw you a curveball in a minute.
Never had a very good
Folks, you're up at the table up here. Make sure to stop out before you go in and out tonight. 52, Madison, we are so happy you met us out here. Don that's walking around with a microphone, and he'll let you say whatever you'd like to say. Again, before you step on out, make sure to step up. And I understand it's one book per graduate, so make sure to pick up your book and your class one. Again, class 17.
So you sitting near the food, you know where to get. All right, and who may I be speaking to, sir?
Hi, folks. It's Shelby Morris, and I was just telling
Say that louder.
It's Shelby Morris, and I was just telling Bill Bledsoe in 100 years I would have never recognized him. He's the only one I didn't recognize out of the entire group. If you want to believe that lie, you just keep right on listening.
And he actually knows where Ethel, Louisiana is.
Louisiana is near Gonzales, Baton Rouge area there. Yes, it is.
And how do you know that?
Well, we have an office in that general area of the country. We do a lot of work in the petrochem industry there, in the Shell and the Norco area, and in the...
We love Diane Gagel.
That's enough. Cut that thing.
Come back, pick up your mug and your...
Where you come in from, Roy?
I live here, Bill. I'm from Michigan. And
all we need to do is pick up
I'm about 10 or 12 miles from here. How about you? Where
Louisiana. They wrestle alligators for a living down there.
What part of Louisiana?
Baton Rouge area.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
Okay. My God, well, I'm telling you, I wasn't coming. I wasn't going to come. When Linda Ferguson called me and said, Bill Bledsoe's going to be here, I said, that's worth the price of admission. I'm coming.
Let's see what he looks like. They let him out of his cage.
No. Just the fact that, had you contacted anybody in between? Have you ever been to any of these?
This first one ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I guess the last one that was what?
You remember those pickoff plays at first base?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do.
If we didn't get him first time, I'd hit him the second time. Get back on the bag.
Yep.
Hey, good to see you, man.
Yep. I moved away to the 8th grade. I used to keep Bill in line all the time. We played at every sport.
So that was his problem. You moved.
That's right.
That was.
Dawn, you like Buffalo, exactly. And they have insisted that you do it here tonight, okay? So you know what you're gonna 5th grade talent show? You probably remember this one. Here it goes.
Hey, baby.
Go on, Tommy.
With you.
You gotta dance with me.
Come on. I am Demar. He'll be up here and happy to do this. So.
Here's a man in evening clothes. How he got here, I don't know. Yes, come on now. Yes, come on now. Yes, all right. Now wait. Now that I've got my one, I feel. Hey, go ahead and back it up. Come on now, come on now, come on now, come on now. Take it easy, take it easy, take it
Hey, all right. You guys look good. Hey, Eric, when are you going to get out there and do the butterfly, man?
Not anymore.
And who's this young man?
Nice to meet you.
What's that?
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And you were, who's this lovely lady you're with?
My wife, Carol.
Carol, huh?
Yeah.
How long you guys been married?
41 years.
Oh, that's a blessing there.
41 years is 12 plus month.
Is this your first class reunion come to?
No, we went first one. We missed the second one.
This is my first.
What's that?
It's my first one here.
Oh, is
Where'd you learn to make all those moves like that?
Juanita.
Oh, Juanita, you're a good teacher. All right. Tennessee.
West Tennessee, about halfway between Nashville and Memphis.
Oh, all right.
Middle of nowhere. Small town. How big is your congregation? How big is your
Sir, do you have any identifying scars, aliases? Where did you guys come from?
Yes,
Florida?
time to remember, you got plenty of bugs up here.
Ferndale? Oh,
Back to the 50s.
you remember Judge Nash in Ferndale? did make the majors. That was the name of the team up there, the majors.
Nice to see.
One hitter against the Tigers.
Just
I'm fine too. I do a lot of praying. I pray for the I realize when you pray for the it really helps on the other side.
Tell you what, number one, I had you on my prayer list.
Hey, thank you. Oh God, broke the camera again. I didn't really throw balls over the backstop now, did I?
Right over the top of it.
You know, your memory's too damn good, Bob.
You did that to scare the opposition.
I was just trying to intimidate him a little bit.
don't stop thinking of me. Don't make me feel alone.
Saturday now, we're going to go on our school visitations. Linda Howe and Dan Berger are all snuggled up together in the back seat. Tom Clark is having his hair of the dog, Nectar, trying to recover from her last night's party. Amazing. Everyone is here in this magical weekend car. Linda Bosca, Marie Hamilton, and Jenny Zagmeister with her baton led the school fight song as we cruised A&W on John R. in Hazel Park, much to the dismay of taunting Vikings. Bob Smith wanted to drive the 409, but that won't work. He is left-handed and I have a right-handed steering wheel. Without further ado, we will cruise the loop and head for Madison High School, where our tour begins in the remodeled gym. After that, the Eagle bus will take us to Vandenberg/John Chainhall's elementary school, and then on to Monroe Elementary/Madison School Board administration offices. Carolyn Beasley, I really appreciate the effect your white scarf creates in an 80-mile-an-hour wind. I'm standing now in beautiful Madison High School gym. As you can see in the far back there, the stage has been removed and that area has been opened up very well. And looking over where the bleachers fold out. And here at center court, I can remember when I used to jump ball when I played center. And it is such a beautiful place. It's part of a $6 million act. It's like taking a walk back through time. And get to meet all of you wonderful people. Added it into the renovation and of course the floor. Beautiful. I'm here in the auditorium at the Madison High School and here's the head custodial, Jim. What's your last name, Jim?
Burgess.
And I sure appreciate you helping me get in here and get these lights on and get this video done. We're going to review it Thursday, so I really got to get on the case here. Thank you, Jim.
No problem.
As you can see, it is a beautiful, and as Jim said, it's so pretty. It's, our class members, 62, were the first ones to sit in these seats when we did our tour, and they were in awe of this beautiful facility. As you noticed, the world's a stage. You were merely the actors up on it. It's a large structure that you see here depicts the auditorium, and going on to the front of the school here, we are Madison High School. This is the earliest I have ever been in school. I mean, and again, I may look at it as I'm 40 years late. And you can see in the background, far background there, the athletic field. I'll take a brief walk over there. That field was non-existent when we graduated. We've now made it to the state-of-the-art football field. Now this is beautiful.
Yeah. Did you see that? Oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, we're purple and gold all the way here.
Look at the floor. The eagles. The eagles on the floor. Yes. Whoops. Isn't it great?
First half of the year, second half of the year, we did.
And Monroe, you're at. Oh, it's not a school anymore. Well, we
Many football wars here in this cafeteria. The office.
This too will happen to you. Mark will need to come in and Diane too.
That's right.
Yes. Did that flash?
No, I didn't have the flash on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Open it up and
Okay.
you gotta open the thing with your finger.
Okay.
All those guys. Famous people tell you everybody's banning and all that.
That's what she said.
I'll be Tennessee.
That's the art room on your left.
They have
Oh yeah, remember, who was the art teacher?
40 years.
She took the wall out of here, made it bigger.
Listen, you got to go to the big massive eagle.
Nice that they saved that.
Yeah.
We're waiting for the night.
Wow.
We were talking about the animations last night, and we were laughing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And the anim machine, you had to go. Fast kids got those. Like that. Remember that? Oh, my gosh. And the dictaphone.
They changed, we opened this all up.
Oh boy, this is really nice.
Big.
Yeah. Wonderful library.
No. Yeah.
The second school on our tour was the old Vandenberg School. I say old Vandenberg, that's where Mr. Shanehalls was principal at the time. They've renamed it to John Shanehalls School. And it was like walking back in time. Of course, Bob Smith had some vivid memories of the school. You may ask, what were those vivid memories Bob Smith had? Well, you have to ask him next class reunion. It'd be well worth it. As you can see, they've added on since we went through here. Yeah. I think this was an addition, wasn't it?
I think this is where the old part is. And
that's so new.
He got strange over this. Right through like this. And then it always buckled up, the floor would be like this in here. So when we got the bond money, we had to redo the whole thing.
A little rough, right? To get it to come back to you.
And this is all new change, as you can see.
That was called cost or something.
Oh, yeah, cost school, yeah.
Yeah.
James Monroe School, elementary school. It now serves the function of the administration building for Madison School Board. This is the entrance to the administration building from Monroe School. As we got in there and started looking at some of the old yearbooks and seeing what we looked like in the 9th grade, it was real fun. Taking those walks back and trying to identify certain people in the 9th grade. The name is still here. And of course, our sentiment will always be here, as the schools we went to.
You better have that check there for that gallbladder, and he's driving back to South Carolina. Walking into the sun.
Can I use the bathroom?
Oh, yeah, we're just he was driving back to South Carolina. And he died the next month.
Look at that, 65 cents per pound.
Brought back all the stuff. We still
It's
it's
a big water line.
How close to Madison Heights she lived just
It's
a
not
couple
water.
houses
She
away.
lives in Tennessee now.
Does she?
She's remarried and she lives in
I have a bunch of
Tennessee.
aunts and uncles that went to Madison. So did my mom and dad, but neither one of them graduated from Madison.
I remember Mr. Burgess.
Donnie's,
Miss Broida,
okay.
English teacher.
English teacher.
She graduated in 54.
If you're
over there?
We can take pictures.
Right there.
Snell, that's who this way was.
Carl Wilson.
Who's John Stratton?
Right here.
Somebody else said that was Snell.
That's Carl Wilson. I don't know this person. Neil Burnett. Don't remember him at all. Patsy Williams. Oh, look at Bob Callister. Hey, Bev Plummer, right? Is that Bev Plummer?
On the
yes.
corner.
And Linda
then Corinne,
Adamski. Oh,
she started
wow.
to go
Who's
with
this?
Kathy Palmatier.
Oh, all right.
Yvette Thompson. Who's that? Joyce Manthe.
Joyce Manthe. How about that?
Barb Nottingham. Who's that? Betty Taylor, don't remember her. Joyce someone. Joyce Myers. Trish, didn't know her. Mary Ann. Bonita someone. I know, remember. Bonita DeSoto. And who's this? Rosella or Rose? No. Was that Rose Water?
Letters and everything else that, you know, you keep.
Bonnie
things, and then
Haskett.
it's like, you know,
Because that's
they were
Rose.
just bad, and
Isn't it?
Where's the
Just
7th
sick.
grade?
Linda Wisnat.
There's Killian.
And that was a different Linda Wisnat. That was
You need to look at 7th grade
dark hair
basketball,
one.
because that's when I played.
Oh, was it?
Joanne Travis. Oh, I forgot about her.
There's Christian. He was always a little guy.
If I get some time,
Remember Wayne
I will
Smith?
go through the books.
Oh, yeah.
And
Who's this?
I'll scan them, or I can videotape them and
Is that?
still.
Which one's Rocky? Is that Rocky?
Keep them, I cherish.
No, that's Fred, isn't it?
No, you know
You got
what?
Fred. See,
Barb,
Rose,
I mean,
Marilyn. Oh, that's Fred.
Some of the books. that
Randy
we do
Randall.
have
Okay,
multiple-
there's Rocky.
Not our year, we don't, but some of them they will.
Of these?
I'll go over here and get the
If we
names
have
now.
multiples, they will let you.
Oh, he's getting the names.
We have some.
When
I told
was
them,
that?
some of them that we have multiples, they can.
Here you are getting paddled, Bob.
What
was this?
They can purchase from.
57.
Seventh grade. He would be
Seventh
interested in
grade.
57 or
7?
58.
Flip it over to the teams.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Linda. Wow.
Gosh.
Look at
16.
Butch.
We were all about the same height.
Right.
Look at Nitz. 17's Nitz, isn't
Yes.
Yes.
Whatever happened to
it? Christian Berry.
Dave Nitz?
Dave Nitz.
Yeah. Across the street on the Wolverine side, right across the street from where Christine Plaza used to live. And I'm showing you where the Roosevelt School used to be, which was sold due to the condition of the school to a manufacturing company. And for you guys that went to Roosevelt, this is all there is to show. But I will go over to where this new school was built. We're now looking at Halfman Elementary School. The students at Roosevelt were brought over here, and it was named after the principal, Margaret Halfman. This is the Brockton and Cousin side of the elementary school. And the portion that we're now looking at is the new addition of the school. Old Madison Field, where we used to play air games at. It's a lot of balls right down that diamond. Bob Smith Park. That area there, I used to like to hit balls left field, try to break out a window at Joe Breese's house. Edison's Elementary School. This is the new edition here, and the more recent one, the auditorium there, 2001, was added. This four-room building here is all that's left of old Madison. As you probably, most of us had classes in here. It's now been turned into a library. I remember I had an English class in here with Miss Haas. I think I got a D minus in it. It wasn't one of my strong subjects. I don't think I had a strong subject back then. However, later years when I went to college, I redeemed myself. I had a 3.96 average and valedictorian recognition. Just proves the fact that what Bernard Shaw once said, why waste youth on the young? When we're young, we have a lot of energy. We have a lot of energy, but we're awful foolish, which I was definitely a classic example of that. And we're looking at the parking lot that's adjacent to Wilkerson Junior High. This is the back part of Wilkerson Junior High. And once we get older and we have more maturity and get a good plan together, we don't have the energy to carry it out. catty corner from the library is the Star Restaurant that used to be the Loop, where we spent many hours cruising through that and McDonald's, and occasionally A&W down in Hazel Park. It's changed a lot. It's now called the Star Restaurant. We had a lot of our committee meetings there. The food is good, at a very reasonable price. We're now looking at Wilkerson Junior High School, which is in back of the four-room building. It's replaced old Madison. And this is the front side of Wilkerson Junior High. This is, of course, on the Gregg side. Very nice, modern building. This completes the school tour, visitations. Many of you have asked about the Tailway Restaurant, that if it's still here on the corner of John R. and 11 Mile. Well, I can assure you it is still here and still got those wonderful deals. Look at that, 4 burgers, $2.39, or 3 conies, $2.39. Now, that's a real deal. We'll walk on around here and go in, meet the people. We have fresh coffee. We don't have old coffee, we have fresh coffee. Get it at the counter, too. Look at that landmark sign. You know, it wouldn't be fitting not to include the Tailway, so many of you that asked, inquired about this place. This really is an institution as much as the schools. And here we are inside the Tailway now. Unfortunately, the jukebox is not playing our old songs, which they are, I can assure you, on there. And this is Nancy holding up a welcome sign to you guys. And these Tailways.
Reunion.
From
Tailways.
You serve a lot of these Tailways, don't you, girl?
We certainly do. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, as always.
As always. It's always been open 365 days a year.
Yes, sir. And you guys ought to remember that.
Yeah.
Times you snuck around coming here.
I remember Jack Mars and I used to come down here after a football game and we'd eat about 20 of those suckers apiece. Dave Nitz, our quarterback, he couldn't hold that many. He's a little guy. He'd eat about 12. Of course, Bob Gussom and I used to stay here practically. And
See, now we got a new crowd of kids.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And Nancy now is going to give me my Tailway. And look at that smile. Look at that beautiful smile that girl's got. Hey, Nancy,
Well,
are you married?
I'm so happy working with Tailway. No, I'm not married. I've been after you for a long time.
Look at that.
You know that.
Look at that fantastic burger, you guys. And we got Hulky here holding up these here memories of the past of the Tailway prices. Here I am in the reflection here in this camera. Look at that. Look at that prices. 7 Tailways for $1.
Alright, let's see you guys.
5 hamburgers, 39 cents. Sunday morning, and the day of our picnic, till next time picnic, and we're cruising right along. Got Gail Buell's back there in the car, and John Brown. John Brown's got his baseball uniform on. He's hoping that when we get out to the picnic, they can get a scrub game going. And Randy Chabot has provided some good refrigeration, keep all of our drinks and food nice and cool. And Dolphus, Butch Christianberry has joined us, and we're going to head on out to the picnic, but first we'll look at some cars. And I see a guy now, he's headed out that way in his machine. I see he's making a scene with the Gangster Lean, and we'll just follow him on out there and get on to the picnic and maybe play a little bit of ball out there.
I'm getting bugged driving up and down the same old strip. I gotta find a new place where the kids are hip. My buddies and me, you're getting real well known. Yeah, the bad guys know us and they leave us alone. I get around, round, 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 I get around, get around, round, round, I get around, get around, round, round, I get around, get around, round, round, I get around, I get around, round, get around, round, round. We always take my car 'cause it's never been beat, and we've never missed yet with the girls we meet. None of the guys go steady 'cause it wouldn't be right to leave your best girl home on a Saturday night. I get around, round, 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 I get around, get around, round, round, I get around, get around, round, round, I make it round, get around, round, round, I get around, I get around, round, round, get around, I get around, yeah, get around, round, round, I get around, 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 get around, round, round, I get around. Little step, you don't know what I got. You don't know what I got. Well, I'm not bragging, babe, so don't put me down. But I've got the fastest set of wheels in town. When something comes up to me, he don't even try. 'Cause if I had a set of wings, man, I know she could fly. She's my little loose coupe. You don't know what I got. You don't know what I got. Just a little disc coupe with a flathead wheel. But she'll walk a Thunderbird like she's standing still. She's boarded and relieved and she's stroking forward. She'll do 140 in the top end floor. She's my little disc coupe. You don't know what I got. You don't know what I got. She's got a competition clutch with the 4 on the floor. And she purrs like a kitten till the lake pipes roar. And if that ain't enough to make you flip your lid, there's one more thing, I got the pink slip daddy. And coming off the line when the light turns green, well, she blows them out of the water like you never seen. I get pushed out of shape and it's hard to steer. Can I get rubber in all 4 gears? She's my little loose coupe. You don't know what I got. She's my little loose coupe. You don't know what I got. You don't know what I got. She's my little loose coupe. You don't know. Tack it up, buddy, gonna shut you down. It happened on the strip where the road is wide. 2 cool shorts standing side by side. Yeah, my fuel-injected Stingray and a 413 are revving up their engines and it sounds real mean. Now tack it up, buddy, gonna shut you down. Declining numbers at an even rate. At the count of 1 we both accelerate. My Stingray is light, the slicks are starting to spin, but the 413's really digging in. Now gotta be cool now, power shift, here we go. Superstar starts whining out in low, but my fuel-injected Stingray's really starting to go. To get the traction, I'm riding the clutch. My pressure plate's burning, that machine's too much. Pedals to the floor, here is 2 quad drink. And now our 13's lead is starting to shrink. He's loud with ram induction, but it's understood. I got
pretzels. You got another roll. I built the car
Alright, it's time. You gotta put the camera.
Check your stuff. You keep steaming when you ought to be changing. What's right is...
All right, this is an interview by our sports editor, Roy.
What do you want to know here, Bledsoe?
Well, this guy over here is looking so good.
Yeah, I know. Good curveball.
And I think his name's John Brown.
Hey, look, I'm signing these two guys up right now.
Yeah.
They're going to play for the Tigers this year.
I haven't seen a curveball in 40 years, Bledsoe.
Well, that guy seems like he's got a good curveball.
Yep.
Hey, man, what leagues do you play for, sir?
35 and over, 45 and over, 50, 55.
And that's a large age difference there. How do you do with those younger guys?
I hold on pretty good against them. I played with my son last week in the Liberty. He's 27. I played on Team 10. They won 2 Worlds. Liberty.
Well, you're serious player.
Yeah. Ty Cobb, he was 67 years old. Interviewer was telling us that.
No profanity on this.
You do about, I would have did it modern day tennis. He said, oh, probably 250, 260. That's all? He said, what do you expect? I'm 67 years old.
Got you now. The ball missed your head about 2 inches. Huh?
Get that.
I wasn't the one throwing it, was it?
No, you missed it when somebody was throwing it to you. They go, look at her run!
Through high school?
Yeah, through high school. And, actually, the Royal Oak ran a good program. He started in junior high.
Oh.
Actually, in elementary. He started about 5th grade and worked their way up.
And those girls, no doubt, really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, the kids enjoyed it.
And Bob Smith, who's this beautiful woman with you over here?
Marlene.
Marlene?
I haven't met her yet.
How long have you guys been together? Bob, I have a question.
Yeah.
Someone as ugly as you, how you get such a beautiful woman?
I've been asked that. Jack Myers asked me the same thing.
Oh, he took my line.
Hey, Bill, it's my son Ron.
Ron? Hey, Ron.
Other son. I'm Ronnie Jr.
You're Ronnie Jr. Oh, you look just like him. Pleased to meet you.
It's Bill Bledsoe, one of my buddies I went to high school with.
And who's this lovely lady?
This is my son's wife, Natalie.
Wow. So you guys here for the picnic and the entertainment?
Right. Both things going on at the same time. They're wonderful.
You're looking good, Ronnie Olmsted.
Ladies and gentlemen, get
Hi.
We've got a magic juggler coming out with us and at the hips, and then we're going to close things out. Thank you.
Where y'all from, honey? South side of Madison High. That's where those bad dudes live.
Yeah, it was. Still do.
Would you describe what you have in your hand there?
I have a cigarette.
Oh, a filtered one?
No, I'm not. No, I'm a toughie. I smoke the non-filter, and I always have and always will.
Do you still run 5 miles each morning?
Do I what?
You still run 5 miles every morning?
Definitely. And I still play basketball, and I still play softball.
I know you can play softball, you just waxed me over there.
I just can't throw real well anymore, but I can still play.
Okay, you can catch, just can't throw that well, huh?
Yeah.
Beats a full house. 3 of a kind. And who are you, young lady? Hey, are you available? I'm looking for me a foxy mama like you.
Carolyn. Carol.
Carol. Yeah.
Carol?
Okay, that's my name.
Carol, okay. Oh my goodness, who's this guy? I saw your picture at the post office the other day.
Yeah, you sure did.
Roy something or other.
That's it.
Roy something. Oh, and you're the ones kept him in check all these years.
That's right.
You've done next
37 years.
And what's your name?
Linda.
Linda, okay. You guys having a good time?
Yes, we are.
A lot of fun. This has been a nice gathering.
It was really nice to play catch with you. I'll be ready next time.
How's your hand?
I won't promise I'll have any control, but
You never did. You never did.
4, 3, 2, 1, go. The right arm out. We'd like to thank everybody that came to this reunion. It's made it a great success. Each and every individual contributed a great deal to it. These events would never happen without your participation. It brings back a lot of memories that we share, and it brings us back together as a family as one, and reminds us that we're all one fabric of humanity. And we look forward to doing this again, and again we thank all of you that came, and we've had a great time, as you can see from this video that just concluded.
I'm here.
Is that from the 12-step program?
And next time we'll
See you next time.
Roll school. And this is your planning committee meeting in a administration building, and here's the people responsible for putting on such a good reunion for you. And we want to say hello to all you guys. If any of you would like a video featuring this 57 through 61 yearbook, please contact Diane for details. We'll make them.
Real fine, my 409. She's real fine, my 409.